A judge has issued an order restricting 8 January 6 defendants from entering the nation's capital. President Trump commuted their sentences earlier this week. The ruling applies to members of the far-right group Oath Keepers, including its founder, Stewart Rhodes, who visited Capitol Hill after being released from prison. The order requires the defendants to have court approval before knowingly entering Washington, D.C. or the Capitol building. The Justice Department has asked the judge to drop the order. CBS News congressional correspondent Taurean Small joins me now from Capitol Hill. Taurean, many Republican lawmakers have said in regards to President Trump's January 6 pardons, they want to look forward, not back. But Speaker Johnson said he plans to establish a subcommittee that will look into the Capitol riot and the committee that first investigated it. What's the goal there?
Yeah, Lindsay, and this announcement from Speaker Johnson came just hours after Trump made this blanket pardons the folks involved in the January 6th riot on the U.S. Capitol. He says that the idea behind this committee is to dispel some misinformation, in his words, that we saw come out of the initial or original January 6th committee that was under Democratic leadership. Now, Republicans complained then about the lack of participation from Republicans in that committee, although both Liz Cheney, then Congresswoman from Wyoming, and Adam Kinzinger, a Republican congressman from Illinois, were a part of that panel. What we're seeing here now, though, is that Congressman Loudermilk, who was also implicated in the report that came out of that committee, will chair this subcommittee. It'll be under the jurisdiction of the Oversight or Judiciary Committee in the House. And their idea here is to, again, re-examine the narrative around what happened that day and to uncover what they're looking into or they believe to be misinformation that came out of the first committee hearings.
The Senate is set to have more cabinet confirmation hearings next week. Who's on the docket, and are any of them treading tricky waters?
Quite a few of them, actually. There are 3 controversial picks that could face some bit of trials and tribulations as they look to get their confirmations through. That's RFK Jr., who's Trump's pick to head the Department of Health and Human Services. There's Kash Patel, who's tapped to head the FBI. And then there's Tulsi Gabbard, the former Democratic congresswoman who Trump is tapping to lead the Department of National Intelligence. I think the most challenging pathway forward could be for Gabbard, as her previous connections to some unsavory people, including Assad al-Bashar, the ousted Syrian leader, could come into question during her hearings. RFK Jr. will have 2 hearings on the Hill, but it'll ultimately be the Finance Committee that will decide whether or not he advances to a full vote. But the rest of his cabinet picks are on a fast track. Republicans are looking to push them through sooner than later and get the rest of those confirmations done by next week or the start of next month.
Taurean Small, thank you.